I keep going. Noodles. Ooh, I got a bleeder. And one more. Hey guys, it's me, Christine and Marie. Today we are talking about Botox. Yes, I'm a Botox virgin. I don't know what they called it at the salon. I am a Botox virgin. I actually went yesterday to get Botox and I documented the whole thing for you guys. I am very, very concerned. I was very, very concerned, or maybe I am very, very concerned that my eyelids will become droopy. I don't know, but I'm going to take you guys along with you and show you my experience. But you also know, guys, if you do a breathe right strip, which I'll show you really quick. These are meant to stick onto your nose to lift up your nostrils if you have problems like breathing at night. But the adhesive on it is so super strong. And it also has this hard plastic in the middle. Yep, I said a breathe right strip. That actually helps. That is just as good as Botox. But I'm also going to give you guys a backstory to why I'm doing Botox. Because I suffer, myself personally, I suffer with tremendous chronic pain. And I'll explain that later on in the video. But I'm going to take you guys, it explains why my lines are so deep. And why, well, actually, I was going to say why the breathe right strip works great. I'm just lazy. You know, sometimes you're just so lazy and busy, you won't put it on at night or you forget to put it on. The breathe right strip is amazing though. But I'll explain to you why I decided to get Botox, take you guys along with me, tell you whether it hurts or not, and also talk about some other touchy subjects when it comes to cannabis. So just telling you guys straight up, we're going to get a little bit deeper into marijuana, a little bit deeper into Botox and the whole bit, and give you guys the backstory to why I decided to do what I'm doing in this video. So let's go ahead and roll on over to that video right now. Okay guys, so I just pulled up to this place called New You Natural Beauty. I hope this is not a mistake. I really do, because I don't know if you guys have seen the side effects that Botox can cause. Let me show you really quick. So when I talk to people, if you notice, my eyebrows are always up, but at the same time, I have like these deep embedded wrinkles, right? Because I'm always talking to people with my eyes up, right? I have really deep embedded wrinkles right here. 1, 2, 3. Clear as day. Like there's no mistaking. And a lot of times I've been getting these wrinkles that come really far up here. Now, I know that the breathe right strip method works. I know that. But did want to try this Botox thing out at least once. But I hope it's not a mistake. I really, really hope it's not a mistake. Because look, when I relax my eyebrows, right? My eyes become like super hooded. You see that? How like my eyes want to go like over my eyeliner? And that's what I don't want. I don't want like these droopy eyelids because I'm getting Botox. So if you see like my wrinkles, it's really, really like defined. And you know, I just put the lidocaine on my skin. Let me show you. So I ordered this lidocaine off of Amazon because the only thing with this company is that in all the reviews, it says they don't use numbing cream. And I was like, oh, they don't use numbing cream. I've never tried this. I heard it can be painful. I'm going to see if they'll let me record. I don't know if they'll let me record, but I'm going to show you guys how I look, you know, each and every day until this actually, if it kicks in, if it doesn't kick in, if I have bad side effects, I don't know. So I went and bought some lidocaine off of Amazon. It was just a few bucks and I put it all over my forehead as well. It actually makes it really, really shiny. It's kind of funny because I just started sweating right now because when I get nervous, I sweat. And it's kind of like tingly on my forehead. It didn't feel like anything, but I guess now that I'm sweating, I do feel like this tingling going on my forehead. But you guys can see, that's how much I can wrinkle. Look at that. Like I can really wrinkle. And the reason my wrinkles are so strong is because I sleep like that. So if you do the breathe right strip method video of how to get rid of this deep wrinkle right here between your eyes, this is amazing. It is super cheap. And there's just one thing you use. Let me show you what it is. It's in this package. It is called a breathe right strip. I will show you a picture right now. These are meant to stick onto your nose to lift up your nostrils if you have problems like breathing at night. But the adhesive on it is so super strong. And it also has this hard plastic in the middle. Let me just show you guys real quick how freaking awesome this is. This is like, I think you can get 50 of these for like $10 or $15, something like that on Amazon. I will post a link down below. So this is what it is. It's just hard plastic. This is exactly like the gadget that I made with duct tape. All you will need is some duct tape for the wrinkle between your eye. So you need your duct tape. You need a little bit of cardboard. I just took my, what is it? Well, your ponytails come on. I cut off a straight line of the cardboard at the end. If you don't have something like this, you can always go to your restroom and use the middle of the toilet paper, you know how it has that cardboard in the middle, and cut off a little piece. You will need a night cream. You're going to go ahead and get the cream on your finger, and you're just going to apply it to that wrinkle. You're not going to apply it all over the skin because we want the tape to adhere down. You know what? Let me zoom in so you guys can actually see what I'm doing close up. Okay, so I'm just taking some of this night cream, and I'm applying it only, look, so you guys can see that wrinkle right there. And I sleep frown, I guess you want to say. So we're going to take some of that there. You see the line up here. So we're going to take just on the line. Just on the line. Okay guys, so after you have done that, you are going to take a square piece of your duct tape, and we are going to cut off the edges just like this. Check it out. We're going to take it and just cut down. Take off that. And we're going to get some sharp scissors and cut straight down. Just like this. Now, let me zoom in again. Okay, now what you're going to do is, you see the wrinkle, right? We want to pull this skin tight so that it will stay that way as we sleep, and we can't move that muscle. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold the tape in our hand on your fingers. It will stick on your thumbs right here. With your other fingers, go ahead and pull your skin tight. Relax your forehead, pull your skin tight. And we're going to stick this sucker right there. You see? Okay, now let me zoom back out. Now this is not going to stop me from being able to wrinkle my forehead because it needs reinforcement. So this is what you do, is you take another piece of duct tape, the exact same shape, just like that, and you get a piece of cardboard. We're going to cut out a small piece of cardboard, just like this. Take your duct tape that you have already cut and stick this in the back of the duct tape. Just like that. It's just going to be stuck like that. Making sure that you're not wrinkling your forehead during this process. You're going to go ahead and take this piece of duct tape, and we're going to go right over this one right here. Now what this is doing, it's adding a stick of reinforcement right where my wrinkle is. So check it out. Can I wrinkle my forehead? Okay, like you guys can see, I'm really trying to wrinkle my forehead. But it doesn't wrinkle because I have that reinforcement right there. And I know it looks really funny, but you will be quite aware as you're sleeping that you have something on your forehead this large. So you won't frown, and it will stay nice and taut and straight. So we're just gonna put it right here, but for today, I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller because I don't want it sticking onto my eyebrows. I'm just gonna cut the edge like this. And then it will stick right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because I think it's gonna grab my hair right there. Just like this, and this is going to stop me from squinting at night because this muscle contracts right here. You guys can see when I sleep, a lot of times when I dream or if I'm stressed, I will sleep like this plenty of times. And plus I I side sleep, so it's kind of like, you know, it kind of pushes it as well. So let me just show you guys this thing. So you take it off. That's it. It's already ready for you to go. Look at that. And it is super, super hard. So we're just going to stick it right here. Now you don't want to pull your skin super, super tight because this is such a strong adhesive and such a strong plastic on it that you don't want to like stretch your skin too much and it be more wrinkly. So you just want to barely pull it, barely, to make that wrinkle flat. So I'm going to go ahead and put one side on right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to pull the skin just a pinch with my thumb right here. Just a pinch. And I'm going to stick this down. This is cheaper than those frownies. This is the cheapest, honest to God method that works instantly. 90% reduction in that wrinkle overnight. It is the most comfortable thing. It doesn't give off, you guys were really concerned on the duct tape, that the duct tape has toxins in it. It was bad for your skin. This is meant to go on your skin. So let me just show you and try to frown. And you're going to see me frowning because these muscles right here are going to move. You see that? That's as much as I can frown. And I'm trying really hard to frown. That sucker is down tight. Is going to prevent me from creating that wrinkle between my eye, just giving me a smooth, nice appearance in the morning. So if you do the Breathe Right strip method that I've shown you guys, it's awesome. But I'm so lazy. I feel like I'm so bombarded with work and children and husband and dogs. And I don't know. Sometimes the life just gets the best of you that by the time I take a shower and put my pajamas on, I pass out. I'm just tired. Right? And like, I don't put my Breathe Right strip on, and that's why these wrinkles are so freaking embedded. If I did it more often, had more me time, I know that I could avoid having to do this, but I want to try it anyways, guys. There's nothing wrong with trying something new. So you guys can see, I'm going to ask them if they will let me record. I don't know. So we will see in a little bit. I'm going to go in right now. Okay, so they said they are going to let me record, so it's going to be a good experience for both of us. You're going to watch what I'm going to go through, and hopefully it's a great experience. But I would say that they are very friendly. You walk in front so I can get your hair. Torture chair.
Okay, do you want to use Botox Dysport or Xeomin today?
I have no idea what's the difference.
Okay. Everybody knows Botox because it is here. Dysport was in Europe, then it came over here. It's actually formulated a little different than Botox. Obviously, can't be the same. And then some people say it's a little stronger. But with that said, everybody, you know, metabolizes things out differently, and some people Botox lasts longer. And then Xeomin is preservative free, so it doesn't have the addictive proteins. So anybody with an autoimmune disorder, things like that, Xeomin's really great for that.
I'll go with what you recommend.
Let's just go with Botox, see how you do today.
Okay.
Yeah, since you've used it before, and we'll see how long it lasts you, and then you can compare them the next time.
Okay. And FYI, I've used it before, but only in my underarms, never on my face.
Never on the face.
So,
Today is the day.
I'm a newbie.
She's a Botox virgin, we call them.
And I'm gonna start sweating.
You can take it off. You can take it off.
Because when I get nervous, it's like drip.
You're a nervous sweater.
Yes.
All right. I'm actually gonna put some BioFreeze on your face.
Okay.
And then that'll kick in with your lidocaine you already put on.
I was telling them that I've never put lidocaine on my face, and since I'm sweating, it almost feels like it's tingling.
Yeah.
which is good
So,
or normal.
yeah, I'm just gonna put this over your eye, just spread that.
I'm dropping gloves here.
Oop, there we go. A little on your side eye, okay?
Mm-hmm. Now, what's this supposed to do?
It's supposed to make it really cold
Mm-hmm.
and then also help with the pain.
Smells minty.
Yes. Okay, one more.
And this is called BioFreeze?
Yeah. So it should, since you already have the lidocaine on there, it should help with it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go get your Botox while that sets in, and then we'll get it all mixed up, okay? In front of you.
Gotta add that in.
And this is the person right here that's going to be my
I'm the camera person.
yeah, she's the
today.
camera person. She's going to be my emotional support.
I'm emotional support. We're here. I'm here to be the tapper so that it's not as painful.
Yes.
Our little workstation. We're like advertising Botox.
Right, exactly. Botox. The little box going on my face.
Mm-hmm.
What is the other thing? What's that?
This is saline. And
Okay.
basically, because at the bottom of the Botox, I don't know if you can see that, there's
Mm.
like little white crystals. It's the powder. So you mix it up with this,
Mhm.
and then that makes your Botox. So it comes where we have to keep it in the freezer
Mhm.
until we mix it up.
Oh, okay. So there's the one that's gonna hold my hand.
holder.
But I was telling her that it feels like an icy hot patch on my
Yeah.
forehead. It just kind of feels hot and cold, I guess, you know?
Got it mixed up?
Let me zoom into that. Does it look different?
Yeah, it's all liquid now.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
So how long have you been doing this for?
November will be 12 years.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
That's awesome.
What's your preferred platform?
What do you mean?
YouTube,
Oh,
Instagram.
you know what? I'm 90% YouTube, but I started doing TikTok lately.
Oh, how many followers do you have?
22,000. No, on YouTube, 22,000.
That's good. Yeah.
Small. I'm getting there. You know, in comparison, you know.
Yeah. Get those
But
million.
I do a
subscribers.
lot of anti-aging reviews for a living, so I've always been against this. I'm like, you can treat it, which there is a way that you can do it at home, and it's called a breathe right strip. You know a breathe right, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can put it right there, and it won't let you contract when you're
Mhm.
sleeping,
Yeah.
and it's made to put on your face anyway. So
Mhm. Okay. So all I'm gonna do right now is
Mhm.
mark some of your movements so I know where we're gonna go.
Okay.
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 So I need you to make a mean scowl face. Perfect. Okay. Smile real big for me. Oh, I've got like little baby lines. Okay, and raise those eyebrows. Okay, so we're gonna stay a little higher with you because not that it's a bad thing, you have a great hairline, but we don't want to drop the eyebrows.
That's so funny you said that. That was my biggest concern.
So yeah, we'll stay
Wow,
higher
beautiful.
that way. And your Botox didn't leave the room, it's been here the whole time.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so you guys know, because when I got the Botox under my arms, she left with the bottle, you know, and I was like, okay, where'd it go? She says the Botox is supposed to be in the room, so you can actually see
Mixed
that.
up in the room, so you see you're getting the real thing.
Instead of coming back with a syringe that's full and you have
You
no
don't
idea.
know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wonder why it doesn't work.
Exactly. Which it didn't work under my arms, but they only gave me 50% of what they should have given me.
So this takes a while to grow up just because it's a tiny needle.
Okay.
And I like to use 2 syringes because I like to make sure that the needle stays a little sharper.
Okay.
Gets dull after so many pokes.
And did you guys give what was your name again?
Melissa.
Melissa, and this is
Ruby.
Ruby, so you guys know.
Yes.
Super nice.
Oh, thank
try.
you. We try.
So when I sleep tonight, I should sleep on my back, or
So things to remember is try not to sweat for the first 24 hours I mean, I know it's Vegas and it's hot, but like nothing excessive.
Like
Okay.
working out, heavy
Just
lifting.
because you want the Botox to start to activate in your muscle.
Mhm.
And then when you do wash your face, just stay really brisk across the areas that were injected,
Okay.
so you don't move the product.
Okay.
Sometimes that's what happens. People like, you know, wash their face and massage that area, and then it moves the product, and then that's when you get an adverse effect.
Okay.
Yeah, just try and stay upright the next few hours. That's really it. Sometimes in the forehead, you will feel a little tension when the medication starts setting in.
Okay.
Some people think it's like kind of like a tension headache. Other people, it doesn't really bother them. It's more of a heaviness feeling.
Mm-hmm.
If it does bother you, you can take what you normally would take for a headache.
Okay.
And then the medication, the Botox can start setting in anywhere from day 3, day 5, but it really takes about, 7 days to a week
fully
and a
do.
half to fully set in.
And some people bruise.
Some people do. Not
She
for
has a
anybody's
really
fault.
light hand, by the
Yeah.
way.
I mean, everybody's different, Some people are easy bleeders. Some people take aspirin and don't tell us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll try and keep it to a minimum, if any, not doing it at all for you. When I do my own, I always bruise in one area.
Do you really?
Yep, and I try each time
Well,
to miss that area, and I always get it.
My husband and my daughter don't know I'm here.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a secret.
Exactly. So I'll be putting makeup over any bruises if I
Yeah.
get a bruise.
Well, then I definitely the pressure's on.
Right?
Because I really want to see if they notice.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many YouTubers that review products and their skin looks flawless, but they have fillers and Botox everywhere. And they're
Yeah.
not so upfront with you.
So, it's all gone.
Oh,
You just see
okay.
a little remnant
Oh.
bubbles.
Can I show them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in.
So she's getting all of it.
Yeah. Right.
There we go. Okay. It's time.
Look, you ready?
If you guys knew what my nerves felt like.
You're gonna do fine.
Okay.
If you do need me to stop, you just
No,
tell
I'm good.
me.
I'm good.
All I need
I'm
you
a sport.
to do is to breathe.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to pass.
Okay. No, I won't.
Okay.
I won't.
All right. Yeah. Just use this as a headrest. We're gonna start between your eyebrows.
So do I
okay?
relax? Do I flex? What do I
just
do?
relax.
Okay.
Just breathe. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay. So it feels like a
Pressure.
pinch.
First one done.
Yeah. Okay.
How'd you do?
That's fine. It felt just like a pinch.
Okay. Same thing. These ones may sting a little more.
Okay. Just not too, not bad, guys. And I don't know if it's that you're putting okay,
Yeah.
that's the sting.
Yeah, these ones always sting the worst. All right.
Now, I was thinking of doing this like once a year.
Okay.
It still would help with the overall. Would you? I
It
know.
would, but you have to think when it starts to wear off, you're starting to use those muscles again. So you're recreating those lines that we took care of. So the more you take care of those lines, the less likely they come back as bad. So sometimes twice a year. Most people can get away with twice a year. Some people, if they have really strong muscles, every 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. One area is done. You did okay?
Yeah, I did good.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Okay, we're gonna switch needles.
Ooh, I got a bleeder.
Okay, we're gonna switch needles.
Ooh, I got a bleeder.
Wasn't that bad.
Hey, it's great for the video.
More dramatic.
Right.
I'm bleeding.
As I'm zooming in on the droplet.
Okay, here we go. Just 2 more on the forehead. And then we go to your side eyes. And 1 more. Okay. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One little last one. This may stay.
You're doing good.
Okay,
Almost
that side eye is
done.
done.
You were
One
almost
more.
done. Look at you. She's a trooper.
Whew, I'm sweating.
Okay. Last bit.
So I think the
One
eye area is more sensitive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My left eye is always the worst for me. I don't know why.
Look at you and a Botox virgin no more.
All right, let's clean you up so you're nice and clean to go home.
You did so good.
Yeah. Didn't pass out.
Right?
And I'm going to use that fan. So I have this fan I wear around my neck
Oh, yeah.
because I profusely sweat a lot of times. Because I have the hot flashes.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just can't control it. And I'm supposed to stay dry for
Yeah.
the first few days.
Yeah. Just the first 24 hours.
So it only it feels like a tiny bee sting around this portion. The top portion I pretty much didn't feel.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm good.
Yes.
Right, you did it.
Okay, any instructions when I go home besides
The no sweating.
no sweating?
Is to stay really brisk across your forehead and your side eyes when washing your face or
Okay.
putting on lotion, makeup, anything, and then just for the next 12 hours as it starts to set in. And then, like I said, if you do feel that tension, it's just the Botox setting in, and if it bothers you enough, take ibuprofen.
And that was how many units, or I think
That was your 50-unit bottle.
that was 50
Mhm.
units.
It covers every area really nicely. It'll give you a nice softened look and more alert.
Is that how much most people put in their?
Most people are anywhere from 50 to 60 units.
Okay.
Sometimes there are men that take more because they have those strong,
Those
deep
Mm-hmm.
muscles and lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Right.
So
She did it.
I did it.
Yay!
I'll check in tomorrow and let you guys see the progression through the next few weeks.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I am done. They were the nicest people, honestly. They were so nice, and I'm so extremely glad she put the numbing on me. That I had put the lidocaine, I told her, and then she put that biofreeze. My forehead actually just feels like it's cold. It doesn't even really look like anything happened to my forehead, besides like tiny little dots. You see them? The tiny little dots. But honestly, guys, it just felt like a tiny little sting here and here. Those were the most sensitive. Up here, I barely felt it. And I am sweating, and I think the sweating actually makes the lidocaine or the biofreeze feel a little bit stronger. But I had a really good experience, I will say that. So I'll check in tomorrow and let you guys know how I look, how I feel. Do I get a headache? Do I not get a headache? I have no idea, really. But I will say it, these guys here at, what is this place called again? New You. Super, super nice and super informative. And I'm so glad that they actually let me record, because most places, I don't know, I think most places are kind of shady if they don't let you record. Don't you agree? I mean, if you're letting somebody record, it's like, I don't have anything to hide. Check it out. So I did appreciate that very much. Oh my goodness. I slept with the most horrific pain. And so I squinted I squinted all night long. Obviously, I can't tell you if I did, because I'm sleeping or trying to sleep, but I had to, because I woke up with, I know you guys see that line right there. That's really deep. So I can still squint. You guys can see that. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory of why my lines are so deep. Deeply embedded. Okay, guys, so all I did was get ready for the day, and I thought I would come over here and explain to you guys my chronic pain and why I'm talking about it in this video. I never have told you guys this, but I have like chronic severe pain within my arms, within my hands, within my right here where your trap is, and the neck area. And this contributes to my wrinkles. And the reason I'm saying that is because I know 110% that when I sleep, I'm in so much pain because it's more when I'm sleeping at night that I get this pain. I have it all throughout the day where my hands go numb, can't feel my arm, constantly banging, right? And yes, I've been to specialists and I've been to a lot of doctors and they pretty much tell me that I have knots in my back, and knots are not supposed to be permanent. And I've tried to remove them for many years by getting massages, trying a bunch of different stuff. But I have these knots, and the doctor even said, yeah, they're not technically permanent, but in your case, you could pretty much say they are because they're not going away. I have these knots that push on my nerves, and my nerves, imagine putting a rubber band on your wrist, how you get that sensation of pain. And then on top of it, I get this sensation of like jolting electrical pulses. That's what it feels like. If you do something or you move the wrong way, it's like, oh, shoot, you know. I do have carpal tunnel, but it's mild. But the pain, I've had it forever. If I sleep with a pillow, I've tried the pillows, the round pillows. That's what I've been using now. If I sleep with a pillow, any type of pillow, and it pushes on this neck portion too much or touches my shoulders here, I get excruciating pain. So for example, last night I got a shirt and wadded it up into a tight ball and put it right in my back where I know it was hurting because my back hurts right here, right? And I slept on it, and that was the only way to have this hard object pushing up in one spot to get my hand to come awake. So I toss and turn around 30 times a night. And because of it, I know that I frown, and the wrinkles are so deep because I'm in so much pain to the point that I sit up, many times during the night. I just sit there for like 10 minutes, trying to wake up my arms, trying to get the pain to go away. So this is the reason I'm talking about this as well. I'm not only saying wrinkles, right? Well, yeah, this video is about Botox, right? And yeah, you guys can see I can still wrinkle in the whole bit. Yes, this is just a few hours later. I just look glam, and this is my new short haircut. But so I am a big user of cannabis. I have not spoken about this on my channel, I don't think ever. But when I say a big user of cannabis, this is maybe just like a quarter of my collection of cannabis, right? When I say cannabis, yes, I mean marijuana, I mean weed, I mean pot, whatever you want to call it, right? The reason I do this marijuana is because it helps me with my pain. And I want to show you guys a clip for you guys who are about to turn off the video because you don't want to hear about marijuana. I want to show you a clip of my mother. She had 3 strokes. She couldn't walk. When she came to me, she was literally in a wheelchair, like facial paralysis, the whole bit. And this video was taken, I took it of her, I believe 2 months after having the stroke when she came to live with me, and I took her off the majority of her pain meds, the majority of her medication, and I started feeding her a healthy diet and giving her, yes, gummies and marijuana. Yes, gummies and marijuana. And this is by a company called Serene Tree. But anyways, getting to my point, let me show you the video of my mom 2 months later after coming to me in a wheelchair, couldn't walk, like had massive issues. And she doesn't know I'm taking the video. And put your medicines right here.
So is this by the day?
No, it's just from the beginning. And she is here.
What?
She's here. She's just sitting in her car.
I lost one of the pills in my cereal.
Oh. You want to sit down in your chair? Or no? And I don't even have the original video a month later showing her squatting down. I think I gave her Gorilla Glue, right? Because Gorilla Glue, that's the name of the actual hybrid. That's the name of the actual hybrid marijuana. Hybrid. So you have a sativa, which you can't sit down. You're awake. You're like, let's go to the gym. I got to go to work. I feel like I drink a bunch of coffee. You got your sativa, you got your hybrid in the middle. And then you have your indicas, which put you to sleep. The hybrid is what I gave her. My mom does not react to just CBD. For you guys out there that are like, why don't you just give her CBD? It's the medication of the plant. It does not work for her. She actually needs the THC with the CBD. And if you guys don't know what the THC is, the part that makes you happy. It gives you that high feeling. Okay. So she needs a little bit of that with the medication, which is the CBD. And that is one of the main reasons that I have been an advocate for cannabis laws, cannabis for so many reasons, because I don't want to be addicted to taking pills. I want to do something that's natural for my body and helps with pain. When my mom went down, she literally 1 month later after that video went down, did a squat, and came up after smoking this. And she was like, I haven't felt this good since I was like in my 40s or 50s. I was like, wow. And I know like this is going on a little bit longer than you guys thought. If you guys don't want to watch this part, just want to jump on over to the reactions of my facial expressions, go ahead and just jump on over closer to the end of the video. But I wanted to talk about this. So this company sent me this product. It's called Serene Tree A8 Pre-Roll. The only reason I'm talking about this, guys, is because I know you watching probably have restrictions on marijuana. Yeah. And let me just tell you guys real quick, like these things, especially gummies, they sent me these gummies. I tried one and they are good as well. This is a peach ring Delta 8, but this here is different. This is hemp. This is hemp. This is not marijuana. Okay. It's like this. Let me explain this really quick. Hemp, marijuana. They're cousins, you could say. They're sisters, but they're not the same. Same thing. So this product, which I'll show you guys a video close up of me zooming into this product, the pre-roll, the Serene Tree AH pre-roll, right? 1 gram. This is Delta 9, right? THC Delta 9. And it actually says 0.0 Delta 9 THC. That's what it says on it, right? So this is the controversy of this, is that it gives you the relief that this stuff does. It gives you the relief that the marijuana does. It actually is extremely similar, even though it says here 0.0 Delta 9 THC. This made me feel, I'm going to show you guys a clip of me explaining how I felt doing this. It smells like marijuana, but it smells like a very slight amount of marijuana. The fragrance is actually really nice. If you like the smell of marijuana, but you don't like it to be so potent, the fragrance is nice. Look how they twisted it and everything. It's so cool. So I'll be trying this later and let you guys know how it is. Okay, so I just got out of the shower. I tried it in the shower because I have to sneak it around so Simmy can't find it. Anyways, honestly, like it just makes you feel it's not like regular marijuana where it gets you high. Obviously, it's hemp. It just makes you feel like you took, how should I say, what is that supplement that you take that helps you sleep? Melatonin. Hemp versus weed. Similar, but very, very different. So if you're just looking for something that actually just kind of calm your nerves a little bit, make you feel more relaxed, like have a little bit more patience, I guess, at nighttime with the kids. Because we all know that children can stress us out, especially them going back to school. But, you know, sometimes like you get so stressed, you're just like, you know, and this just kind of takes that little bit of an edge off. And you look fine, obviously. I look fine. I feel fine. I'm alert. And I don't want to have to rely on melatonin because melatonin can actually make your body depend on it. So this is what I've read. And if I'm wrong, you guys let me know. So if you start taking melatonin at night to assist you to go to sleep, if your body will constantly start to rely on it. And then when it relies on it, it stops producing its own melatonin. So that's why melatonin is good if every now and then if you need assistance sleeping versus like a Benadryl. A Benadryl is going to knock you out, okay? But your body doesn't produce the stuff that's in Benadryl, but your body produces the stuff that's in melatonin. So if you're constantly taking melatonin, then your body's going to rely on it, and it's going to stop producing the proper amount of melatonin to help you sleep. The indicas, the gummies that actually put you to sleep is the only thing that I can actually sleep. Like, I wake up and toss and turn 30 times a night, guys. And because of that, I have such deeper frown lines because I'm in so much excruciating pain. No joke. I mean, if you guys look, I go to a chiropractor. His name is Dr. Yang. I go to another one. His name is Dr. Brim. They are two excellent, probably some of the best chiropractors I've ever come across. They are with the Joint Chiropractor. They are amazing. And I go to them, and for years, for months, they could not pop the muscle in the middle of my back because my chest is so tight. This portion is where I have a lot of problems. Like, this was so tight, like, they crack. Eventually, they finally got to where it started cracking and cracking and cracking, and it gives me relief. But it does not by far take away all my pain, but it does give me relief. So I see those two doctors, and I also do marijuana. But I wanted to talk about this because I know that the laws in a lot of states, the marijuana laws are not, marijuana is not legal there. This is not marijuana. This is hemp. So actually you can order this stuff, which is amazing. You can order this stuff and it's going to give you the very, very similar effects that marijuana does. And you know what? Why do I want to be taking Tylenol and messing up my liver or getting a fatty liver from taking Tylenol all the time? Or why do I want to take ibuprofen all the time, which that's what I took. Honestly, honest to God, that's what I took most all my adulthood to get rid of this pain. But I just recently found out that it affects my GERD. So I stopped taking it, and I've been in even more tremendous pain because of it, because I stopped taking my ibuprofen. So I actually do, for the last few years, I do cannabis every day. And do I look like I'm high? Do I feel like I'm high? No, because I take a sativa, right? I take a sativa in the morning. And this one is called MTF. I'll post the whole name down in the description bar, what this one is, because I can't say it on camera. Okay, and what MTF stands for. This is a sativa, right? This is by Kind, right? KYND. This is actually marijuana. When I take this, I feel like I drank 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee, no jitters. I'm wide awake. I'm focused. I have no high from this at all. Of course, if I took like a bunch, I would, but I have no high. I just take it to maintain my pains. So like I said, each one works different for different people. My mom, she had to do the Gorilla Glue by, I don't know, I'll figure out what company that is. She had to do this one because she needed that relaxation plus energy. And that is what a hybrid is. Me, I just want to be awake, work, show you guys, talk to you guys, do these videos for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, by the way. And I need to be wide awake. So this is the one that I normally go to for many, many years. I also know that I went through a severe depression. Yeah, TMI, but it's true. I went through a severe depression a year and a half ago, and it lasted for months. And this helped me so much. My best friend's mom lost her husband. I gave this to her as well. I bought the same brand. This helped her so much. This medication, weed, helps with depression. Like, it helps with depression. Like, honestly, guys, these are 2 that I recommend to everybody. I tried different ones, obviously. You have ones that are for sexy time in the bedroom. You know, you are ones that make it more pleasurable. You have even bath bombs. You have all different types. Workout ones, relaxation, drunk ones, you know. For me, cannabis is a game changer. And I know I never talked about it before, but I am now, because I found out that this serene tree, which acts like cannabis, weed, is actually legal almost everywhere, right? Because it's hemp. It is not marijuana, okay? Hemp, marijuana, similar, but but different. Similar effects. So, you know what, guys? Hemp is in everything. Weed is in like this is Kush mascara. What do you think Kush is? It's cannabis, right? Right? We got like cannabis inspired palettes here. Anyways, I'm sorry for rambling on and telling you guys this story, but that is the reason I have pain. I wasn't having pain because I got injections. I was having pain because I have chronic pain. And I really feel, I'm praying and I'm hoping that this Botox actually works, because I know that my muscle is so strong. I don't know, TMI, but when I got my epidural and they told me to contract to push the baby out, they said, you're not going to be able to contract if you have an epidural this early. And I was like, no, I know that I can contract my muscles. And I feel like even though I'm sleeping, that I'm going to contract my muscles like that. I don't know. I do that all the time when I sleep. It is a habit. So I'm crossing my fingers that this wrinkle right here between my eyes, and that my forehead can relax more with this. And that even when I'm in tremendous pain at night, that that it doesn't contract. That's the reason that I wanted to try this. You know, I wanted to get the Botox to see, is it as good as the Breathe Right strips? You know, sometimes I'm just like, oh, in so much pain or so tired that I don't put the Breathe Right strip on, even though I do know it works. I just want to see if this is better. You guys can see I can contract. Nothing has changed. It looks exactly the same, lines and wrinkles. But let's cross our fingers, and I will see you guys in my check-ins, showing you guys like day by day. I'll post all the links down to this stuff and the not links. I don't think I can. Well, if I can find the links, I'll find the links. But I'll post all the information about this stuff if you guys want to look into it. Anyways, I hope this wasn't TMI. I hope I didn't scare you guys off, because I know that this is a family-friendly channel, and these things are not things that people really want to talk about with their families. I personally have not told Zumi up until last night when I was in excruciating pain. Excruciating pain. I told Eric, because we've kind of hid it from her all these years, because we're like, okay, well, we don't want her doing this in school. We don't want her grabbing something or trying marijuana in school that could be laced with something. Or she could get sick, or it was, I don't want her trying any type of drugs. So yeah, maybe I am a hypocrite, but it was last night that I actually told Eric, you know what? I'm in so much freaking pain, and I'm tired of Zumi looking at me like I'm high, because you know what? Her like spidey senses kick in, and I really truly feel like she knows when I'm high. I don't know if you guys noticed that in the video when I showed you guys me talking when I was high and explaining how this stuff felt. But she really notices, and she zooms in like that, and she starts looking at me. And it's kind of funny because her and Eric last night were doing the same thing, and they were coming up to me and doing that, like, let me stare at you. And I think it's because they thought that I was high. And I truly think it's because when I smoke or eat cannabis, my forehead relaxes. And they're so used to my eyebrows always being high up and my forehead more flexed. That's just how I am all the time, for them to see. I don't know, they just kept coming up to me like this and looking at me. And then they realized that I wasn't high and I wasn't on anything, but they were questioning it. And I think that's, you know, just with my facial expressions being more relaxed. So last night, anyways, getting back to the point, I said to Eric, I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to tell you in front of her, hey, so, you know, I went to the dispensary here up the street in Las Vegas, obviously where I went up to the dispensary up the street, and they recommended some marijuana for me to help me with my pain. And I'm going to start taking the gummies or the marijuana at nighttime when I go to sleep, because I just can't take this pain anymore. And he goes, oh, okay, honey. But I said it loud enough where she knows, because I really, I don't want to come up to her and just be like, boom, 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 boom. You know, here I'm taking marijuana. I just kind of eased it onto her so that she knows that I'm taking this for pain management. And regardless, I'm eventually going to have that conversation with her, saying that marijuana is not bad. It's really not. As long as you're responsible, as long as you're taking it in the right dosages, it is actually a wonderful thing. And there's so many people out there that would benefit from it. Before you're completely offended, I took a little quote from this video that I watched. It had a priest, a rabbi, and an atheist in it. And just so you guys don't like think I'm just coming at you, like trying to push things like this on you, I want you to hear this quote.
The anointing oil, as found in the book of Exodus, had some qualities that would elevate the person. And there is a theory that one of those was oil from the hemp plant. Historically, many people who've had mystical experiences, I think it's very likely that they were under the influence of some mind-altering substance.
Do you think more people should smoke? More religious people?
What I would definitely like to see are all the weed laws changed to be just about the same exact thing as what beer and liquor are.
So yeah, he said it. It's something God made. It's natural and it helps. So before we dive in further into this video, God, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope you receive the message that this is positivity that I'm trying to send to you guys, and that cannabis is not going to hurt you, and that you are a little bit more open-minded after watching this video. In Jesus' name, amen. Anyways, I'm sorry guys, I know I was rambling. This has been very long. Let's go ahead and just roll on over to those check-ins of my forehead, and let's cross our fingers that this softens throughout the next few days. don't know why. Look at this. Now the wrinkle, so it's from here, and it looks like it goes all the way down right there, which has never done that before. I don't know if that looks weird. Okay, so I'm in the car and it's super hot. Let me turn this down. Super hot, as you can see, I'm sweating, but I still have movement, as you can see. I still have movement. I think it's kind of like, though, that the wrinkle now sometimes wants to come all the way down there, like I showed you guys earlier. But, so you feel, it does still feel, I don't know, sometimes it feels tight. Sometimes I don't even realize it's tight because I think I was so accustomed to using a breathe right strip. But I wonder, kind of wondering if it's fully going to kick in because it's been a good minute later and I still can, I have like full movement. How you doing? I don't even know how to do that. But as you can see, I can raise my brows. Feels fine. Doesn't feel like really anything special. Doesn't hurt. And, you know, it's not, when I say that it was tight, it's like, it's nothing uncomfortable at all. It just feels, I don't know, like right now, I don't even realize I have it on, but when I'm focusing and I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe it feels a little bit tighter, kind of like I did sleep with the breathe right strip, but nothing bad at all. So I feel like one of my eyebrows, it might just be me, but I feel like this one's higher than that one. Is it just me or they look, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's funny how I feel like there's so much more arched now. And especially when I do that, you know? Like, look how high my arch goes. Isn't that crazy? It's like, instead of my whole eyebrow raising, which I think it used to raise here, I'll have to review the videos before. I feel like they just go straight up right here, especially on this one. You see what I'm saying? It does go higher. Look how high that is. I mean, that's still high, but I'm like, whoa. So I'm just waking up and I noticed that. So I'm just waking up and I noticed that this is really deep because I was probably like that all night. Once again, when I sleep, I wrinkle. I don't know. I think my eyebrows don't look so Spock-like, you know, from, what is that, Star Trek or something, where Spock has his eyebrows, like, way up here. Anyways, I think they went back down to normal. I don't know why it was just that incident, but you can see I can still raise my eyebrows. Let me show you, I can raise my eyebrows. And I can still squint. So I kind of wonder how much longer it's going to take to like disable the muscle from doing that, because the main reason I went in was because of this. And I know you can still see this line right here. Can you see that? I don't know where that line came from, but I've never had a line right there. And I would know because I do anti-aging reviews, so I pay very close attention. Most of my lines were like right here, and then these tiny fine lines that went up here, but this thing is totally new. It almost looks like, I don't know, I'm gonna say a shadow. Could be from me sleeping. I have no idea, but I'm just wondering how long it's gonna take for all of this to take effect. My allergies. Anyways, yeah, see? And I still get this freaky weird wrinkle right here that never had before, and I definitely don't want a wrinkle right there. So honestly, at this point, I don't feel like I have anything in my forehead, and I can still wrinkle, as you can see. You can see that deep wrinkle because I can still do that. And like I mentioned a billion times, you can see how it wrinkles right there now. But I can also just, this is me completely relaxed. And now this is me raising my eyebrows. So I think I have like a tiny, tiny bit of places where it froze. But overall, I can still do all of that, and I still have those wrinkles. Okay guys, so I have no makeup on. I'm heading back to the doctor, back to the clinic that I got the Botox, because it just didn't work for me. I've heard stories, I've read stories of Botox not working. I informed you guys in the video that Botox did not work under my arms, and I told the lady, I don't know if I got that on camera, but I told the technician and the people there that it didn't work for me under my arms. I gave them the option to pick whichever one they wanted to put in my forehead. They said, let's do the Botox. But look, it didn't, look at, I have full movement of my forehead. I can wink, I can go up and down, and those wrinkles still create. But yeah, so I called them up and they told me to go back. So let's see what they do, because I paid a pretty darn good penny for this. For it not to work is, I think, you know, it is what it is. I use the regular amount of Botox most people use, 50 units. I think that's what they call it, is a unit. But 50, and they said most people take 50, and obviously my forehead did not. Anyway, so I went to my doctor, and I talked to my doctor today about my chronic pain in my arm and my neck. She told me something like maybe I just have a fast metabolism for medications. I don't know. Let's see what they say. Botox is supposed to help you with your sweating, and it does not do anything for me in my forehead at all. So I'll see what they say. Hopefully they'll let me continue to record, but let's see when we get there. So I'm here with Ruby. This is Ruby. You guys remember her from the last video. She was the one tapping my leg.
Yeah, I was the distractor.
So I was asking her why she thinks it didn't take.
We have a couple possibilities. We have a couple clients that come in like that. It could be either the formula wasn't right for you specifically. What was it, the formula? You
the
told
Botox.
Me you used, oh, so yeah. So you used Botox last time, underarms. Did we stick with the Botox?
We did.
We did. So if you've kind of had it twice and in different areas it didn't take, it might not be a good formula for you specifically. Some people just have stronger muscles, so that's why we wanted to play it safe with the Botox, because you're familiar, you've never done it in the forehead, but it's good that we tried it so that at least we know that might not be a good fit. So you can either try more units of the same formula. Some people, sometimes 50 units isn't enough. So some people can have like maybe 60 units or 70 units work better for them. The thing is, in Nevada, you have to open 50 unit bottles. So it's a little hard if somebody needs like 60, 70 units, because we can't open those smaller bottles unless you'd like to pay for a full bottle. You know what I mean?
Now, is that only with Botox that has the 50 units, or do the other ones
does come in a smaller bottle. So usually if we do need to do touch-ups, we'll use Dysport. Usually, because it can come in those smaller bottles. I know other states, they are allowed to just open a bottle, use a syringe, and then, you know, throw that syringe away. So it's kind of a new bottle, but they use it on multiple people. But in Nevada, you know, one of our doctors was not doing the correct thing, so they kind of like took that privilege away from us, basically. But I know other states can do it.
And I'm not seeing the same person I saw last time. I'm seeing...
No, yeah, she's not in today, which we'd prefer usually to see the same nurse.
Right.
Just, you know, because it's their work. They can usually tell, like, what went on with it.
Right.
But she's not coming in today, so you're seeing a different nurse today.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So we will see how it goes.
We'll see.
Thank you. Okay, so I had my appointment today with another technician. I believe she's a nurse. And she gave me 30 more units, but she gave me this one that's called Dysport, right? So she said that the average person, which is around my age, takes 67 units. And she believes that I didn't have enough, because I only had like, I think 12 units right here, and I had most of the units over here. She said that the Botox, it kind of like, it pulls your muscle back. It tightens your muscle so that you can't contract. So she gave me extra units. Did she charge me? She charged me, actually she didn't charge me. She said, I'm just gonna do it at my cost. But when I went to check out, she didn't charge me. And that's because they take pride in the quality of service that they give you. If you go in and they tell you, you know, well, I think you need this much, like this is my professional opinion, and you have a bad experience, obviously they're gonna work with you to try to get you to have the best results that are possible. And so she gave me more units. She did it right here. You can see a little blood right there. I get and totally respect people who don't want to be on camera, because not everybody can like talk into a camera and be like natural with it. So she didn't want to be recorded. She was super, super professional. It was like boom, boom, boom. I told her I didn't have any numbing cream. I believe she just put something on my forehead, you know, to clean my forehead. And she was like, you don't need it. And it's kind of true, because like the pain was the exact same as the first time I got it versus this time that I got it. She was literally just like boom, boom, boom. It felt like tiny little bee stings in some areas. You can see kind of where it went in, redness, a little bit of blood, you know, like it was probably the quickest appointment I've ever had. I super appreciate that they will work with people if they're not getting the results that they need, regardless if you pay a little bit of extra money because your muscle is super strong like mine, because you guys know I have chronic neck and arm pain. But she told me to come back in 2 weeks, so she wanted to do a follow-up just to make sure everything was working good. And so I will be back in 2 weeks. Before I forget to mention this, she did say, by looking at the pictures that I showed her, that right here within this area wasn't as pronounced. She said, when I first went in and I showed her, look, it's not working. She was like, well, it's kind of working. It's just that your muscles are wrinkling in other places they haven't wrinkled. Like right here, they're wrinkling and that's why I was getting this. This was the muscle pushing that way, creating that line that you guys were seeing. She said it was working, but I obviously needed more. But she saw that up here, it was working better. So she did put some more here, by the way. Here, 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 and here. So we shall see. Okay, so after I got done talking with you guys, once I got the injections and sat in the car, but I noticed something really weird. So I have my tea. Oops. I have my McDonald's tea. And when I drank it, I was like, why does my tongue feel weird? Like the tip of my tongue has this, I don't know, like I feel like my mouth, my saliva tasted different. And this is like literally nearly like immediately after, because I got the injections, checked out, went to the car, talked to you guys, then I drank that, and like I feel like I have a flavor in my mouth, but then my tongue felt like it numb, and is the only way I could describe it. Like the whole tip of my tongue, all of this that I'm sticking out, like it tastes like, I don't know, it's weird, almost like it's numb, or like you put ice on it, or like you maybe, you know, sometimes when back in the days, I know you guys don't remember this, the ones that are younger, but back in the day you used to lick a battery to see if it had that taste to it, if it was still good, like the end of a battery. If you do that and it has that, I don't even know how to explain it. If you guys know, if somebody knows how to explain it, let me know. You would literally put the battery tip to your tongue and you could feel or taste this certain, I don't know how to describe it. That's what it tastes like, okay? That's what it feels like also. It's just weird. So every time I drink, it's like I have a different flavor in my mouth. You know, if you think about it, she said that average person gets 67 units the first time. Well, the first technician said the average person gets 50 units. Then the nurse said 67 is the average, but I got 80 total. So we shall see. Oh, that's my trash in the background. Don't look at it. It looks horrible. I forgot to come on here and give you guys an update about my tongue being numb and that weird taste. It only lasted for about an hour and a half, and it went away, which is good. Okay, so this is the day after. You guys can see still movement. So we'll wait a few more days. Okay, so this is 2 days later. I wanted to show you guys my forehead. And I honestly think the stuff that she put in this time I know it's different. It's not Botox. It's that other one, that sport or whatever it is. I'll post it in the video. But I think it was stronger, even though, look, like I can still wrinkle. And what she explained about this one right here is that now my muscles are pushing down in different areas, and that's creating this crease right there. But she said to go back in 2 weeks. But you guys can see this is 2 days later. I do see that I cannot lift as much in my eyebrows, but they're not dragging or hooded, which is great. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and before I forget to mention, it doesn't really feel like there's anything in my forehead. You know, it might feel like, to some people, I think it might feel, or maybe it's just me, but you know, I'm giving it to you real. Maybe to some people, it might feel like I have a little bit of a tension headache, even though Botox and this type of stuff is supposed to help with a headache. The only reason I say that is because you can sometimes feel like a little bit of tightening under the skin. And I think my body personally is really trying to fight against the fillers, not the fillers, the injections that demobilize this area. I really do feel like my body's trying to fight it because I'm so used to contracting. And she said that my muscle hair was really, really strong. You know, obviously you can see I can still totally move it that way, and I can still lift. Maybe I can't lift as much because these are softer than what they were, but I know that my muscle is really strong. But to me, that, yeah, it feels like sometimes occasionally it feels a little bit tight, but overall, like at first it felt like I had a headache, like a little bit of a headache, you know, just because you had that tightness, even though it's supposed to help with migraines. I don't know. That's just how I feel. But now it's kind of like, I don't even know there's anything in my forehead. And the funny part is that Zumi and Eric are so perceptive of like my facial expressions, whether I'm drinking, whether I've smoked, whatever. Like they notice all of those details because I have a very small home. They notice that. They, honest to God, have not noticed anything different in my forehead, because my daughter's always saying like, oh, I know that you want to get Botox, but you won't let me get a nose job, but you want to go get Botox. And I was like, I would never get Botox, you know, because I don't want to I just tell her I didn't get it just because I don't want to have the argument, because Zumi, if you guys don't know Zumi, will like go on and on in an argument. I just don't want to have the argument. So for her to not even notice that I did anything to my forehead is a plus. I really think that this one is going to turn out much better than the Botox. I'm hoping, at least, because I think that I see better results with that already, but this is still here, obviously. So I really feel like it's finally kicking in. Look. So I still have some movement, but if you get close, you can see like it's not contracting like it used to, which is great. I think this will kick in more probably in a few days right there. But I think it's looking good now. So I just left my last appointment. Today has hit 1 month. So 1 month ago, I got the Botox with the first nurse, the first technician. And yes, she's a nurse, I learned. And then 2 weeks ago, I got it with, 2 weeks after that, I got it with the second nurse, right? I got the first one was Botox. Second one was P-Sport, something like that. So I walked into the room and they were both there today in the appointment because they both wanted to see the progress. And I asked them all these questions. I was like, you know, I told them, I said, when I left, I had this like metal taste in my mouth, like this, you know, just I couldn't even explain it. And they told me that that is actually normal. That some people, even when getting like saline in an IV, can taste it. They can taste the salt. So it's not very common, but there are a good amount of people who can taste certain medications that get injected into their body. So what I was experiencing was normal. And if I bring you guys close, so this is what I can do. This bugs me right here. And I just showed them that. They explained, like they did last time, that when you numb certain muscles, other muscles will contract more, you know. So they said that they actually thought the progress, this was great. They also think, because of course I had like 101 questions, that the sweating, because you guys know, if you don't know, I am perimenopausal, so I actually do get hot flashes, and I have hyperhidrosis, you know, which means like this constant sweating, you know. That's why I tried Botox under my arms many years ago. But I asked them, would the sweating affect the Botox? And they said yes, it can actually decrease it a little bit, you know. And so maybe that could have contributed, because I like constantly sweat. You guys see me constantly wearing the fan, stuff like that. But they actually said that this looks great. They told me that getting Botox is not, for the first time, like this is my first month, I guess you could say, is not going to how'd they say it, like it's not going to just be the one-time fix-all deal, is how they explained it. You have to constantly come back. They want me to come back every 3 to 4 months. And of course, obviously, it's going to add up in price, but it's really up to you whether or not you're willing to spend as much. To do my forehead here is going to be $400, $399 to do this every 3 to 4 months. They said, and as you start getting it more often, that you can go a little bit longer the next time. But they said for the amount of reduction that they saw, they thought it was fantastic. They think that I am coming along really good, but they do want me to come back in a few months and get more. And as time progresses, my lines will decrease more and more. They said, you know, you've done 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. 30 years doing these expressions, you know, earning these wrinkles, so to speak. It's not going to take just 1 month to get rid of them. And that's completely understandable. I will honestly say that the technicians were extremely professional. I loved very much how they thoroughly explained, you know, what they thought. They said the average person takes 67 units of Botox. And I took, obviously, the first time they gave me 50. Then I came back, I got 30. So I took 80 units, which is a lot. But I also know that my lines were super embedded and super deep. And I feel that they're not as bad as they were. You can still see them. And you can see like new ones start to form in different shapes. But it's not that constant, super thick wrinkle that it originally was. You can see. I feel like it has taken off some years. Some people might not think so. Some people might be like, I'm not going to pay $400 and then it not just be like, boom, done, gone. I get that. And I get where you're coming from. But you also kind of get where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the perspective of, I get it. I've done these expressions. I've had these embedded deep wrinkles, and my muscle is super strong, especially when I'm sleeping at night and I'm in that chronic pain. It's like, oh, you know, like just, anyways, I constantly flex. So I think in my case, it worked. It did not work to the degree that I thought it was going to work, honestly. And it's taken literally 1 month for me to see these type of results. Now, I think the one thing that bothers me, besides that line that looks weird right here, is that I still see this. And when I touch it, I can still feel like the indentation. But I get it. I have to give it time. Did it work? Did I have complications? Truly, honestly, I feel that I did. But I had so much comfort, honestly, with these people here at New You Natural Beauty. explaining the process detail by detail, having the patience with me, because I'm like, oh, I want results, you know, like, why am I not seeing results? Like, why am I having these side effects of the taste? Why am I sweating? Why am I this? Why am I that? Like, they were very patient. They took their time, and they are extremely, extremely professional. And I will say, even though maybe I'm not 100% happy, because I do not like that bump that I feel, like literally, like it feels like it's raised, and it goes down in the middle right there. I will honestly, truly say that there is a reduction. Is it to the degree that I would want? Like, you see these women with like this beautiful, nice, smooth forehead where it looks like they're so much younger than they are because they don't have absolutely any lines. No, it's not perfect like that, but it is a good amount of progress. So anyways, you guys come up with your own conclusion. Let me know what you think. I will post a link down below, all the information about this place. You know what? Truly, honestly, hands down, super professional. And I wouldn't assume that. You wouldn't think that just because, like, the outside of the building, it just, you know, like, they have all these posters everywhere on the building and stuff. And, like, I get it, but to me, it just doesn't look as professional. But when you actually walk in, very, very professional, very friendly staff. And the nurses there are absolutely amazing, hands down. Like I said, if you guys don't recall, just to recap really quick, it really didn't make that big of a difference having the numbing cream. I really was like paranoid, like I need the numbing cream, you know. But when the second nurse did it, like you still felt the pinch and the sting, you know. Maybe not as much, but you still, you know, it wasn't like a significant difference from not having it and having it. So I really, truly think that these technicians are amazing. These nurses, sorry, I'm not saying technicians, I'm gonna say nurse, because they are nurses and they deserve to have a shout out for being a nurse. Anyways, but yes, am I happy? Yeah and no. You know, will I be happy in the future? Yes, hopefully. According to them, with more treatments, I'd be happier, of course. But will I be happy? Oh, it hits the pocketbook, obviously. But are you willing to pay it? That's the big question. So I honestly think like this is a personal preference. If you can save your money and do it, and you know, it's, you know, you feel great, then do it, you know. Treat yourself. But if you can't do it, try the Breathe Right strip that I've done before in the past. I'll post that video down below. That will help with this wrinkle or these wrinkles. Very, very good. Just maybe not as good as Botox or P-Sport or whatever that was called. Anyways, I know this is really long, super long explanation.
It's been a little over a month and a half, and I would honestly say that I do see a reduction, but not with the original injections, with the second one, which was that P-Sport or whatever it is. I'll put the name right here. But one of the biggest things that I did notice is that, and I didn't even really notice this until like reviewing the footage, is that my muscles would contract so hard right here and right here. If you look at this footage, you'll notice that they go in, like an indentation here, an indentation here, and an indentation here, which you can still kind of see that. Look, so you see how it goes like that? See the shadow, or how the light glistens off? Because it's actually going down right here. The same thing is going down right here. But it was going down so much more prior to getting the injections. But I can totally see why people are hooked. Honestly, truly, I don't think the Botox did really, I mean, it did a little bit. It really didn't work. Though if you look at the video, now a month and a half, how does it feel? It feels fine. It just feels normal. I don't even really, you know, sometimes I feel like I contract my forehead so hard. And I'm like, oh, you know, I know that I'm frowning, or I know that I have that neck pain, or, you know, or I'm just in pain, or it's sunny outside or something, where you're usually like this. But then I'll look at the mirror, like, you know, you open your visor and you look in the mirror, and I'm like, wow, that's freaking amazing. Now, I did notice kind of like, oh, you can even see right here, like this indentation right here. You see that on film? And I think that's just from like side sleeping. Like that, see? I think that's from side sleeping. Honestly, truly, I honestly, truly think that if you can sleep on your back, that would be the best thing. If you can't, then kind of just have the pillow like here and your face hang off the pillow a little bit. Kind of like this. It's like, here's the pillow, you know, and I'm sleeping. Don't sleep like this, you know, don't do that, which a lot of people do. Try to do like this, like that, and then your face is kind of off the pillow. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty darn good.